Come make a Black History Month cookie with me. This is just one cookie out of four for the Black History Month cookie set this month. And to get started, we're just going to lay out the supplies that we're going to need for this. And it all starts with round cookies. All the cookies within this set are round to make it as simple as possible. No specialty cookie cutter needed. And we're going to use a black icing as the base of this cookie. And so the first thing I'm going to do is outline the entire cookie with this black icing. Now, not pictured in this video, but in the longer video and also in the free guide associated with this entire cookie set is what this black icing is made out of. So it is a royal icing, but it's mixed with cocoa powder and then black food coloring so that you don't have as much of that black food coloring in the cookie. So hopefully you don't get like a weirdly colored mouth after this with the other three colors that are included. That's the worst part about using highly saturated colors in royal icing, is that it changes the color of your mouth. And according to my sister-in-law, she doesn't like seeing her daughter's mouth with creepy colors. And she gets majority of the cookies that I bake. So gotta make sure that I'm helping my sister-in-law out. So you start by doing an outline on the entire cookie, and I did that probably 2 or 3 times. It just creates a really solid edge for you. And then I'm filling in the rest of it. And I'm just filling it in with the base, kind of going in no rhyme or reason, but an important thing you want to do is make sure you're adding enough icing. It's a big challenge for beginner cookie decorators to make sure that they're adding enough icing to have a flat, level surface. And so that's what we're aiming for. A big giveaway, and if you have a flat, level surface with your icing or not, is the lights. You can see the lights on this cookie right here are not, they're being disrupted by the waves in my icing. And part of that is when you add cocoa powder to your royal icing, it changes the viscosity of your icing a little bit. And so it moves in a different way. So it's not going to be perfectly flat, but we can get it a lot flatter. I had to lift this up because my cookie was just sliding everywhere, and I'm trying to push some of this icing to the side so that I can create that nice flat layer, because we're going to put a pattern on top of it so we can include all of the colors that are associated with Black History Month. And so the last thing I like to do is what I call the washing machine, where I just stick my scribe in my cookie and shake it so that I can have that even base a little bit more. And you can see the lights aren't as wavy on this cookie. They're still wavy. It's fine. We're gonna move on. Don't forget everything I said about having a nice flat surface. You still want that, but it's just hard with the cocoa powder in the royal icing. So the design of this cookie is squiggles and alternating colors. So I always start with the red, and I do kind of like an exaggerated M in the center. And all these squiggles are essentially like handwriting M's, signature M's. They have some flair to them. My yellow icing, the consistency is a little different from the green and the red. I think it's a little more watered down, and so I just have to go a little bit slower when I'm adding those in. And we're just going to keep adding squiggles all around this cookies, going different directions. So all of these squiggles are kind of going the same direction right now, and we don't want this to look like some weird sun ray situation. We want to change the directions, and so it's a slow process. You trust the process. I will also say I don't enjoy figuring out patterns on cookies. I'm not good at the spacing of it, and so I took a lot of inspiration from other Black History Month designs, posters, things like that for this particular design. And we're just alternating colors. You can see it seems like there's actually a lot of green and yellow on the cookie, because there's 4 times as much as black, but that's okay, or not black, as red. We're gonna add in the red. Now, each of these colors that are included for Black History Month have a meaning behind them. They have a history behind them. So first, the black green, and red are part of the Pan-African flag that was designed by Marcus Garvey in 1920. And each of the colors have different symbolism. The red symbolizes the blood that unites people of African ancestry and their struggles for liberation. The black represents the black people and their rich heritage. The green symbolizes the lushness of the African continent and the hope for a better future. And yellow, which was added years later, because it's not included in the Pan-African flag, but it is included in Black History Month celebrations, is representative of optimism, justice, and equality. And so that's where these 4 colors come from. That's why you see them so much throughout Black History Month, because they are a celebration of Black history and Black hope. And so we're just finishing up by adding the last few pieces onto this cookie, the final green swoop of it, and there's our Black History Month patterned cookie. You can get the whole set in the description down below. You can find the full-length video for all of these cookies and how to do the icing, as well as download the free cookie guide.